Italian Cup quarter-final time. Yes, hello, welcome into Livestreams Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter. If you missed the last episode, I mean, you've got to go and check that out. It was a great one. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an episode of Glory Hunter as we are working our way through 20 seasons as a manager to see if we can win the 5 major European leagues, 5 major European cups, the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, the World Cup, and the Euros. 15 trophies in 20 years. We're currently 2.5 years in, and we haven't won anything yet. So, yeah, it's going really well. But as you can see in front of you, we are in the Italian Cup quarter-finals, and you can see what other games are going on at this moment in time. Inter beat Milan earlier on. Lazio play Sassuolo. Juventus play Napoli. And ourselves play Atalanta. And should we win this game against Atalanta, you can see we travel. I think it's a two-legged affair, the semi, if I remember correctly. I've never got to the semi-final of this competition, so I don't know. But we play against Juventus or Napoli, so not an easy one. To be honest, these are probably just about the 8 best teams in the country, so it's not a surprise that these are the 8 teams who are in the Italian Cup or the Coppa Italia semi-final, quarter-final, weird thing because it's drawn so early on. But yeah, you seem to know who you have all the time. So these are the 8 teams in the quarter-finals. We are up against Atalanta, who, as you can see from the SerieA table, are just 1 point behind us as it stands. So let's see how we do up against them today. And also we've got a league game against Sampdoria, which we'll show you as well at the end of the episode. But you might see a slightly rotated side in that one because next episode is going to be Real Madrid. But anyway, I know you're excited about that game against Real Madrid in the next episode, but you should be excited for this game against Atalanta, which is coming up right now. Let's show you the team. So Tammy Abraham is still out with his hernia. 2 weeks he's out for. So the team is actually going to be the same one that played in the last game. Patricio in goal. Zagadou in central defence with Romagnoli and Lindelof, who's played very well since we brought him in from Man United for just a couple of £1 million alongside him. Dalot is getting the game on the right hand side. Christensen on the left. Camavinga, Pellegrini and Rice in midfield. And further forward it's Sesko and Kramaric. Van de Beek is on the bench. I know he played all right when he had his few games for us, but we've went with Rice. I think that's the right choice. But Van de Beek's on the bench, Johansson's on the bench, Thielman, Salamakers, Kaike, Oscar, Tolisso, Calafiore, Cazielli, Jakic, and 2 goalkeepers as well, just in case we need 2 for some reason. But hopefully these 11 men are the ones that will go and get us the victory and get us to the semi-final of the Coppa Italia. Could this be our first piece of silverware finally in season 3 here of Glory Hunter? Let's find out. I'm actually nervous for some reason. We've been on some good form recently, but I just have a weird feeling about this, and hopefully I'm wrong, as it's drizzling and 10 degrees here in the middle of February. And here we go, first highlight of the game. Pellegrini plays the ball across and it's cleared away. I've just seen enough poor performances from this team that some weird ones might happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen today though. Dalot, acres of space into Sesko, and there we go. That's made me feel a little bit better. An early goal headed from Sesko, crossed in from Dalot, and we lead 1-0 here early on. Not been many shots in this game so far. We have dominated possession. You can see Camavinga switches the play. Dalot in acres of space finds the head of Sesko, and we lead 1-0 early on in this quarter-final of this Coppa Italia tie. The ball thrown in by Atalanta here, and Ceballos, so remember we sold to Atalanta, playing in midfield for them. Down the line to Adama Traore, signed from Wolves, the ball into the middle, and Zagadou gets rid of it. Only as far as Pellegrini though, he nearly lost the ball there as it's cleared away. Sesko finds Kramaric. Kramaric only playing because of that injury to Tammy. Sesko in behind. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, I thought there was no chance he would score at all from that angle. But he certainly tried very, very hard. And you can see there's only been 5 shots in the whole game. But we do lead 1-0. That's the important stat. We'll keep these boys out there. Pellegrini not having a great game in midfield. Nor is Rice. But Dallo, Zagadou, Camavinga, Sesko having alright games. We'll see how this progresses. There is a highlight straight from kickoff, which normally is not good news unless we have the ball. Sesko with it, down the left-hand side now. Will he play it back to Christensen or try it himself? Back to Christensen. And he goes with the ball into the box, and it's headed away by Romero. And he finds Al Mazrati, and it's cleared away, but Zagadou wins it back. Camavinga, Lindelof. Can we get this to Dallo on the right? We can. Dallo tries to get past his man. He does indeed. Can he get in the box now? He does. Kramaric, oh, it's defended well. Camavinga on the edge of the box. Rice. Rashica challenges. And are they going to break away? Oh no, Camavinga's totally taken out Rashica there. And that stopped that chance. But there is a corner ball. Romagnoli gets rid of it. And Kramaric breaks away. And it's a 2-on-2 situation. Can he find the ball through to Sesko? It doesn't look like he can. So he's going to go wide left. Finds Christensen. He plays it down the line to Kramaric. Can he pull it back? He tries. Sesko heads it. Oh, it's just wide of the goal. An exciting start to the second half. But we still lead 1-0. And Pellegrini's playing absolutely horrendously. So he can just come off right now. We'll bring on Donny van der Beek to play a more advanced playmaker role. He'd been playing box to box for us, but he can play advanced playmaker. So let's let him do that with half an hour to go here in this Coppa Italia quarter final. Adama Traore, you can see there, had a 6.1 average rate and was not playing well. So he came off for Atalanta, who are starting to come back into this game a little bit. We'll give a little shout of encouragement. I'm going to make a change as well. You can see Camavinga's picked up an injury. So Declan Rice can play in that ball winning role. And we'll bring on Johansson to play. Move him to a more advanced playmaker role. And Van de Beek can become the box-to-box that he's always wanted to be. Something like that. Look at all those yellow cards there for Atalanta as the time ticks down here. 10 minutes to go and we have a highlight. Van de Beek does not win the header. Ceballos, who's on a yellow, plays it back to Mala. And Alvarez. And back to Ceballos, the former Roma man, remember. Out to Mela on the right-hand side. Ceballos, Al-Mazrati, Muriel. They're playing nice football here. I can sense a goal might be coming. Ceballos, Alvarez. Mela down that right-hand side. Oh, Romagnoli picks up that ball fantastically, and the ball's cleared away. Sesko heads it back to Johansson. Forward to Sesko. He hits it. Oh, what? That was a long way out. I thought he could have perhaps taken it in a little bit closer, but he didn't. The ball swung into the back post. Ceballos nearly scoring the goal, but it looks like it's Pasalic who ends up getting it. Ceballos' header comes off the crossbar, and late on, Atalanta get themselves an equaliser. Let's look at this. Alvarez in. Ceballos heads it off the frame of the goal and no one marks Pasalic. And it's 1-1 now. And I'm worried that we're going to throw this away. Who is not playing well? There's a lot of people who aren't playing well, to be honest. But I think we'll have to take off Declan Rice. He's tired. And we'll bring on Jakic to play in midfield. So we've got 3 new central midfielders compared to what it was in the start of the game. We'll demand more for the team for the 6 minutes of added time that have been called by the referee here. And there's going to be a highlight. And I hope it falls to us, but it's a goal kick from the Atalanta keeper with 2 minutes to go. Launched long. Zagadou misses it. Muriel's in behind. Oh, save from Rui Patricio. Oh, my goodness me. I don't know if my heart can take this. Oh, I thought we were going to lose it right there. Oh, what a horrendous error from Zagadou, but we've just about held on. And we've taken it to extra time. I think that means we get an extra substitution. Free kick. Kramaric will take it. Oh, just over the bar. I did not know Kramaric was that good at free kick, to be honest. Probably wasn't that good at taking free kicks, otherwise it would have maybe hit the target. Look at the number of yellow cards that they've got. They've had 6 yellow cards in the game. The second half of extra time begins. It's another free kick for Kramaric. And it's wide of the goal. He's had 2 free kicks we've got to see. None of them have been particularly good, to be honest. As the time ticks along, and we're going to make a last substitution with about 5 minutes to go, and it's going to be to bring on a penalty kick taker from the bench who's better than someone who's on the field just now. So we're going to be looking through some of the people and see how good they are at taking penalties. Thielmann's penalties are 13. That's the highest one that we're going to have to compare with. Salamaker's, no. Not for Kaki either. I'm imagining some of these players might be better. Penalty kicks, 13 for Oscar. Taliso, how good are your penalties? 12, not that great. Calafiore, 8. We don't really have penalty specialists in this team, do we? 11 for Cancellieri. I mean, a goalkeeper wouldn't have amazing penalties for no reason, would they? No. So it looks like it's going to be Oscar or Thielmann who's going to be coming on to take penalties. I'm assuming Kramaric is good at penalties, 16. Sesko's good at penalties, 11. So it's going to have to be for someone further back who's not great at penalties. 6 for Christensen. Dallo, he's 11. He's not bad. Central defenders, Romagnoli surprisingly good. 12 for penalties. I was not expecting that. Victor Lindelof, he's 12 as well. Christensen is the person who'll be coming off then. So we'll bring Johansson to play at wing back there. And in fact, we're not going to bring on Thielman. We'll bring on Oscar, who's also fairly good at penalties, and he can play in midfield. There you go. Did not know we had such good defenders at taking penalties. As the time ticks on here, and it is going to penalties. Oh, right. I had a long conversation there about people on the bench to be able to take penalties. So it makes sense that Oscar should probably take one. And I think I'll make Oscar take our first one. He's come on to take the penalty, so we can do that. And look how good our defenders are at taking penalties. It's going to be Romagnoli, Lindelof. Then we'll get Kramaric to take the important one there at number 4, if it gets to that stage. Sesko, we've got to give him one. And then we have a look at the other players. Van de Beek can have the 6th one. Dallo can take one. Johansson, if it gets this. I mean, if it goes any further than that, we don't deserve to win the game on penalties. I expect you to win this shootout, I say. And it starts with Atalanta taking the first penalty. Rui Patricio in the goal. Muriel steps up, and it's a save! It's a save with the first penalty from Patricio. It gives us the advantage if Oscar can tuck this one away. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Keeper doesn't even move. And we are ahead 1-0 early on in this shootout. Alvarez steps up to take it. Can Patricio save the second one? He dives the right way, but it's not quite good enough, that dive. Can you have a good or bad dive? I'm not sure. Romagnoli steps up. Got to score to keep us ahead. And he does. Slotted in the bottom corner. Good penalty from our centre-back. And we lead 2-1. Giazzi steps up now. One of the men on a yellow card. That's a good penalty. The keeper again guesses the right way. 3 times he's guessed the right direction. Just only once he's managed to get to it. Lindelof steps up. And what a penalty from Lindelof. He's been a great signing for £2 million to cover at the back, and he's just been playing at the back. Pasalic, the goal scorer for Atalanta. Oh, I thought we'd saved that. It looked like he somehow got a hand to it, possibly Patricio, but not quite. Kramaric, who's technically our best penalty kick taker, puts it right in that top corner-ish, drills it, and we lead 4-3, which means Atalanta have to score this penalty to force us to take our last penalty, and Al-Mazrati is stepping up to do that. Can he keep Atalanta in this tie? He takes a penalty and it's saved! It's saved by the goalkeeper. It's maybe come off the bar, I don't know, but it's definitely not gone in. And we have won in the most dramatic of fashions by winning the penalty shootout. 4-3. We've scored every single penalty that we took there. Fantastic from the team. And we're through to the semi-finals. I said to them we weren't our best, but we managed to get through and we managed to win that game. We've received £500,000, lots of money, sure. He's out for 2 days with a tight groin. I'm sure we can deal with that. Let's have a look to see who else got through in the Italian Cup there. As there's some Serie A games going on. So we play the winner of this game, which is on later on tonight. So Juventus or Napoli, who's it going to be in the semi-finals? It's going to be Juventus, and what a comeback for Juventus there. They were down 2-1 after they went down to 10 men, and they got 2 goals in the stoppage time, even though they're down to 10 men, and they managed to win 3-2. Goodness me, what a victory for Juventus. And when does that game appear in our schedule? As if it's not getting busy enough already. That one appears around the same time as our Champions League first knockout round second leg, and in the second leg, I thought there was 2 legs in the Italian Cup semi-final. Second leg appears at the end of April. That's a big gap between the 2 legs. The first leg at the start of March, and the second leg at the end of April. But anyway, that's for a future episode. Do we look at that Italian Cup or Coppa Italia semi-final? But now we concentrate on this SerieA match against Sampdoria, which, remember, you might think, oh, it's just a SerieA match against a mid-table side. Yes, but it is important because look how tight we've got this league at the moment. From Inter all the way down to Atalanta, who are in 6th. Just 5 points separate the top 6. So we've got to keep the pressure on Inter Milan if we look at the games that are coming up this weekend, we obviously play Sampdoria, AC Milan are away to Empoli, and there are any other games? Monday night appears to be very busy for games, as Inter host Fiorentina, Lazio play Atalanta, Juventus play against Torino. Very, very important games up in this top half of the table, and we have to make sure we beat that little side Sampdoria. I don't mean to be horrible to Sampdoria, I'm sorry. I say I don't mean to be horrible, but Sampdoria did just lose 1-0 to Brescia, who were competing down in for relegation there, so they're not that good. And when we do play them, as I say, we will be having a slightly rotated side, because we want to keep some fresh legs in the team for the game against Real Madrid, but we still do want to win the game. That's the important thing, so it's needing to find a happy medium. And in the other quarter final that was played on the Thursday, Lazio beat Sassuolo there, as you can see. So if we have a look at the fixtures and results, that means that the other semi-final is Inter against Lazio, who, as you can see, are first and fourth. So we play up against Juventus, 5th and 7th, and 1st and 4th play each other. To be honest though, that might be all different by the time those games come around. Well, AC Milan won their game earlier on today, which means they go top of the table, but they have played 2 games more than Inter Milan, Napoli, Lazio, ourselves. So I don't know how much you can really look into that, but still, they are top of the league now. So I was just making some changes to the team, to rotate the side a little bit for this game against Sampdoria. And before I knew where I was, I've basically changed almost every player in this team. Yeah. The only people that keep their places from the last game are Patricio and Lindelof, because alongside Lindelof we've got Kaike and Calafiori. Calafiori, who was our left back for a while, he can also play centre back, so he's moving in there today. Salamakers, who we signed for, remember, quite a lot of money, £21 million. Yeah, he's going to get to play, actually, on the right-hand side instead of Dallo. And it also gives a chance for Johansson to play and left wing back as well. I know it says his best position is technically right wing, but it feels very Federico Chiesa, doesn't he? He can play almost anywhere. Jakic is going to play in the ball-winning role midfield with Tolisso and Van der Beek either side of him, and Cancellieri and Thielmann are going to play up front. All our favourites are on the bench, so should we want to bring anyone on, they can, but there's a lot of them. You can see there, Camavinga struggling, Kramaric, Romagnoli, Zagadou, Sesko, Christensen struggling for fitness, so give them the day off if we can afford to do it, and keep them fresh for the game against Real Madrid in the next episode. And you can see as well from the squad, the players that are playing in the team, they don't really have a lot of fitness because I haven't really rotated the side throughout January and the start of February, which is probably not great. I'll get the squad fairly tired, or certainly the 11 or 12 that were playing a lot tired. So giving the backup players some game time is always a positive thing to do, and hopefully it doesn't affect us too badly. Hopefully we can still get the win against mid-table Sampdoria. And here we go, first highlight of the game. You can see the stats. We've not really had any shots. We've had just the one, but we have had a lot of the ball. And we've got the ball on the left-hand side here. Johansson into Thielmann, back to Van der Beek, who hits it, but it's blocked. And Jakic hits it. What a goal from Jakic there. Assisted technically for Van der Beek. I'm sure it came off the defender before it came to Jakic. Well, what a goal from him. It didn't tell me how many of the season it was down there. Van der Beek tried to hit it, blocked. Jakic takes it, and he just goes 20 yards out. Why not? Crack it into the top corner, and we lead 1-0. What a goal. Pavlenka launches this ball long, and Caprari somehow keeps that in. Salamakers gets the tackle or challenge that was meant to be. He gets the tackle in, and Cancellieri's got it now into the box. What's he going to do? Plays it back to Salamakers. Poor ball, but Salamakers gets there. Tolisso, back to Salamakers. Get the ball in the box, can you? No, you're taking your time. Out to Tolisso. And he plays it across. Jakic, will he go for another thunder strike? No, he won't. He plays it back to Lindelof, who comes forward. And Kaike, and back to Lindelof, and Tolisso, and Cancellieri, who comes in field. Will he have a shot on goal? He's through on the keeper. It's a good save, but Cancellieri's got to be finishing that one. We still lead 1-0. Can we score from this corner kick? Tolisso swing it in, and it's cleared away. And we might just hold on to this 1-0 lead until we get to half-time. Indeed we have. And we'll see. We're doing well, but we could definitely do something better. And no one seems to care what I said. Corner kick taken by Sampdoria there, and it's cleared away by us. And it's a 2-on-2 now. Thielmann comes forward, finds Cancellieri. Oh, he should have found Cancellieri. But instead, we found the defender. And the ball's launched forward, but Kaike wins it. Johansson finds Calafiore. And Jakic, Van de Beek. Johansson's been a fairly quiet game for most players of us, except from that fantastic strike from Jakic. Cancellieri with it. Out wide. And that's one of the worst passes I've ever seen. And it goes to Ogello now, who gets past Salamakers with one of the worst tackles I've ever seen. And Tolisso finally gets a challenge in, but they're going to call that a penalty kick. Oh no. This cannot be a pit. You are absolutely kidding me. That looked like a clean challenge to me. Indeed, it was a clean challenge. Thank you, referee. Thank you, referee. Of course, it's not a penalty kick. However, could they score from the corner? They nearly did. Rui Patricio grabs onto it. As if there wasn't enough drama after that penalty shootout earlier on. We're causing drama for ourselves here. Lindelof with it now. Jakic in midfield plays it forward to Thielman, who gets past his man. Man out wide. Got to find him. He does. Johansson. But he doesn't go down the line. He plays it back to Jakic and Tolisso and Cancellieri, who hits it. Oh, it's off the base of the post. And it's cleared away. Oh, what a chance for us. And we've got another one right here. Lindelof launches it forward. Cancellieri tries to get past his man, but he plays it back to Salamakers, and we'll recycle this play. Come across the left-hand side. Van de Beek drives forward, finds Thielman, got to finish. I don't know what the keeper is doing. The keeper is in no man's land. He's just... I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it. You just have to watch the replay for yourself here. As Van de Beek comes forward and then puts a lovely ball through for Thielman. Just watch the goalkeeper. What's he doing? What is he doing? 2-0 though, that's all that matters. There is a corner kick here. Just about cleared away by us here. Sampdoria putting on some pressure in the last 20 minutes here. Kwarteng down the right. Lindelof heads it away. And Szabo, remember we had Szabo on loan in Season 1 of Glory Hunter here at Roma. Well, he's coming down the left-hand side now for Sampdoria. Switches the play into Magnussen. And that's a good shot, not from the edge of the area, as that goes miles over the bar. Trying to replicate what Jakic did, obviously, but not quite as good as Jakic. And we're still leading 2-0. There's been lots of highlights in this game. I've got to say, unexpectedly, Johansson down the left-hand side now. Can he get it into the box? No, he plays it back to Van de Beek. And while he plays to Jakic, on the go Jakic, hit it. Tolisso, Cancellieri. Back to Tolisso. And it's out to Salamakers. He's got one man to beat. If he can get past him, we can put the ball in the box. He doesn't try it, though. And now Jakic has it. Van de Beek. Through to Thielman. Can he finish? He can indeed. Now, certainly before the update that SI put out recently, it used to be the assistant referee would run away if it was onside, but he didn't move that time. You can see that Thielman was onside that time, so the running away clue from the assistant referee is not there anymore after the most recent update. Van de Beek assisting Thielman again. A lovely run for Thielman, and we lead 3-0 here. We will take off Lindelof, give Rice a little bit of game time, even though he doesn't probably need it, but we'll give him it. And Johansson clears that one off the line. And Prelec with it. Back to Magnussen. Hopefully that's the end of the highlight for the Sampdoria side of the highlight anyway. As they come forward. Thorsby, Magnussen, out wide to Kwarteng. That's a fantastic way to spell Kwarteng, I must say. Askildsen, Kwarteng. And he was offside. And that is the end of the highlight. Thank goodness for that. We've brought on Pellegrini for the last 5 minutes for Van de Beek, but it looks like we're going to hold on to a 3-0 lead, even with a rotated side here. And that puts us just 2 points off the top of the table. I know that some other teams have got some games in hand on us, but it always looks a little bit better, doesn't it? When you're actually up the top of the table here, you can see 2 points off of AC Milan at the moment, 1 point behind Inter. It's very, very close, and I imagine by the time the next episode comes around, that will have totally changed. But for the moment, up at the third, 2 points off top. So what an episode today then. Goodness me, penalty shootout victory against Atalanta, a 3-0 win with a rotated side against Sampdoria, and it's only going to get better in the next one. We play Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu in our first knockout round, first leg in the Champions League, and then we play up against Napoli, who could be back above us in SerieA by the time we come to that game. Exciting, exciting stuff. And I look forward to sharing it with you in the next episode. If you have enjoyed this one, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, see you then.